Hello, in this video I will talk on the linked list. In the linked list we have some nodes and each node has stored some data and also they have a pointer to the next node. So here let me just create a new class and let me name this node. Okay, so in the node, just to keep it simple, let's have two instance variables. One of them is private, okay, and let's say integer, and let's name it info, okay, or let's say data. Okay, so this data is just an integer that we want to store, and also private and a pointer to the next node. So this will be a reference to the next node, and let me name this next. Okay, and okay, so also let's have a constructor. Okay, so public node, so which takes only one parameter, and so integer, and let's say d meaning data, and data equals to d. Okay, and also let's have another constructor, which means it takes two parameters, and this one is the first one is the integer d, and then the other one is a pointer to the node next node. So let me name this node parameter. Okay, so here data equals to d, and next is the node parameter. Okay, so now let's go to the tester class. Okay, in the tester class, let's create one node. So node, let me name this n1. Okay, and new node, let's say 5. Okay, so in this case, so the next one, although if you don't assign anything, by default it will be null because this is instance variable. By default this will be null. So let's show that explicitly, that this is null. Okay, let's go back to main method. Okay, so we create a node, and the next is this, and also let's write okay, so let's write another method here, public void, so to display the information, void display display info. Okay, so system out print line. Okay, so print line, so let's say date, or how should we show that? So let me display it in this way, curly this one, and then okay, so plus data. Okay, and let's put comma in between, and then okay, so and then let's display this. Okay, so let's just keep it data. Okay, data, and then this. Okay, so now let's do this. N1 dot display info. So now let's see what this does. Okay, so it displays 5 on the screen, and let's create another node, N2. Okay, and okay, so new node. Now this is 10. Okay, and then okay, so if you display N2 info, and it will display 5 and 10. Okay, and now they are not connected to each other. So now let's make this connected to that one. So here I will say I am talking to N1, and I am saying that I am passing you a parameter which is N2. Make next of you N2, which means N2 will come after the N1. Okay, so here, so let me write it here. Public, and let's make this set next. Okay, so this doesn't have to return anything. So set next. Okay, so so this will be a node, of course, and we say the other node. Okay, this is the other node, and we say, okay, make the next of this one. So I didn't have to say this, but just to clarify that, just to make it very explicit. So the next one will be the other. Okay, now let's see how to connect them together. Okay, so here I say N1. Okay, now I am talking to N1. I say make the next of you, set next, N2. Okay, now let's see how this works. Okay, so we assume that they are so connected, but I cannot see that. Now let's write a method to display all of them. So here I will say I'm talking to N1. Display yourself, and then display the next one. So here I say let's keep a temporary variable node temp. Okay, and initially this is a pointer to N1 because N1 is the first node, and we say while temp is not null, temp is not null. Okay, so keep going. So initially temp is N1. Okay, display that information, which is temp dot. Okay, so display info, and after that we need to go to the next one. So let's assume N1 is located in Alabama. Okay, so the memory location is Alabama. N2 is Florida. So we will say initially temp is Alabama. Okay, N1. We display the information of Alabama. Now we need to go to the Florida. So temp should be Florida. How do we do that? Right now, okay, temp is Alabama. Next of it, okay, so I cannot get that. So we need to have that method also, a getter to get the next one. So let's say, okay, so let's say, actually, let me just do this. Okay, so public, okay, public, void, not void, I'm sorry, it returns node, so get next, and no parameter. Okay, so here we say return next. Okay, return next. So here in the main method, we say temp dot get next. Okay, if temp is Alabama, okay, so this get next returns Florida, but we want to update temp. So this is the Florida is returned, and we have assignment operator and assign it to the temp. So temp moves to the next one. And in the next iteration, temp becomes Florida, which is not null. Display the information of Florida, which is 10. And then the next of Florida, what is it? Null. Okay, so that is the last item. And null is assigned to the temp. And then here, this will fail, and then we don't continue anymore. So now let's see how this works. Okay, it worked. So here we start from here and 1, and it displayed 5 and 10. Okay, I hope this is clear. Have a nice day.